worldwide at the Radisson Hotel in Green Bay. This is Locker Room with Local 5 Sports Director Bert Griffin.
There was plenty to love in the Packers season opening win at Chicago. Green Bay took care of business big time against the Bears. And now another road trip awaits in Atlanta as Matt LaFleur tries to take his team to 2-0. Get ready for another edition of Locker Room. Good evening and welcome to another edition of Locker Room right here inside the Cedar and Sage restaurant at the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center, Titletown, USA. Well, the Packers went on the road and beat down the Bears 38-20 in their season opener, and now Jordan Love and company will head to Atlanta. Here to talk about that win and the rest of the season before we get to our special guest, Elton Jenkins, my co-host this tonight and last year and before, Jared Bush, everybody. Hello, man. Thank you. Nice. Pretty big crowd. I'm sorry? Big. It's so loud. It's so loud in here you couldn't even hear me.
I know.
Big crowd, festive
Great
too.
crowd. Heck yeah.
Reason to be happy, right? You win on the road in Chicago, NFC North. No better way to start the year in the Jordan Love era.
It's a season of love, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Man, you might as well just go and hop on that love train, as my mom would say.
Yep.
And I thought it was a remarkable opportunity for him to show the poise and the composure that he showed. The way he threw that first touchdown to Romeo Dobbs was phenomenal. It seemed like the low shoulders, it seemed Tom Brady-esque. Don't quote me yet, but I think we have an MVP on our hands.
Yeah, well, whoa, that's some bold statement there, young man.
It is. It
MVP.
Is. If you look at the numbers based on A-Rod's first debut against the Bears, Jordan Love's numbers supersede that.
Wow, very good. Well, look, it was a little bit of a slow start in that first half, but that pass across the middle to Dobbs got them going, and then they were able to move the football effectively, which when they go in at halftime, you see which coaching staff is usually better.
Yeah.
They make adjustments, and then, I don't know, they put up, 31 points in the second half? I know there was the pick six, but still, the way they looked in the second half, just, boy, I tell you, the future is bright.
Yes, definitely, and you have a great young squad. I love from top to bottom the adjustments, the receiving squad. Unfortunately, Christian Watson. That's another point. We haven't even added our top Arsenal receiver yet, Christian Watson. Unfortunately, he was down, he was hurt. I thought the coaching staff, Matt LaFleur, did a phenomenal job of keeping the defense off rhythm and kind of guessing what's going to come with those screens to Aaron Jones. And that was phenomenal in that long run that you saw.
Yeah, his two catches really got the thing, got it rolling, because now it was 17-6. Bears had a little doubt, and then the defense put the clamps on. Yes, they had a touchdown in garbage time, but look, it was what it was. And then Quay Walker with the INT for a touchdown. We'll know his status more tomorrow, along with Aaron Jones' hamstring. Yeah. But all in all, a great way to really start the season.
Yeah, great way. And I heard so much about this DJ Moore kid, and he was non-existent. And as Josh said, DJ who?
Yep.
And like I said, and then Justin Fields, I thought the defense overall did a great job of contesting Justin Fields and his leg mobility, as well as I think just capitalizing on the Bears' undisciplined nature.
Look, we know he can run, but do you see a future for Justin Fields in the NFL long term? I don't know if I do, really.
I'm not sure if there's any quarterback that has succeeded in Chicago besides Jay Cutler. I don't know. So, I mean, that's for them to figure out. We just got to keep riding this love train that we have here that we're so grateful for, and just keep riding it.
You should patent that and get some shirts made, man.
I like it.
All right. Time now for our U.S. Cellular Call of the Game. You mentioned it. It was a close contest in the third quarter with the score 10-6 when Jordan Love rolled to his left and then perfectly executed that throwback screen to Aaron Jones. He had three blockers out in front, not to mention a pair of wide receivers paving the way downfield for a huge 51-yard gain. Jordan Love to Aaron Jones with our U.S. Cellular Call of the Game. And look, Matt LaFleur was first to credit Ben Sermons.
Yes.
He said he designed that play, and it was when you were watching it, I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing? And they go, oh, I see where they're going with this one.
Yeah, I thought it was a great call because 9 times out of 10, right, you have two cowbells in the backfield. You got Aaron Jones and the A.J. Dillon where you're going to pound it, and then you have mobility of Jordan Love. But then that's the last thing you're thinking is that you're going to throw it back to Aaron Jones, who, again, is a huge arsenal. I hope everybody's praying to resting hands on his hamstring, and hopefully he is ready to go.
Well, all the Bears definitely bit on that bootleg.
They sure did.
And there was a lot of green grass down the other sideline.
A lot of real estate.
When we come back, it is time to meet our special player guest of the night, Packer Pro Bowler and offensive lineman, Elgton Jenkins is in the house, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Cedar and Sage Restaurant. Who are those cute ladies out there in the crowd, Mr. Jarrett Bush?
My beautiful ladies right there. My niece, my two beautiful daughters, Selena and Mia, and my niece, Anaya.
The bowl, all excited to be out here, as is the rest of the crowd. Big round of applause for our guest tonight. He's a Pro Bowler. He's one of the main men up front, Elgton Jenkins, everybody. Well, we all had the luxury of sitting in our living rooms watching that game. What was it like playing in it and going to Chicago, beating them on the road in the season opener?
It was good. You know, we had a lot of hype and a lot of attention from the media, you know, kind of downplaying us on what we were going to do and what the Bears are capable of doing. So just being able to go out there and win in that fashion was good for us.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are the Bears fans are what people say they are?
What do people say?
Like they say, I mean, I've been to a game and I was in line for concessions, and as soon as I got in line, the guy started heckling me. Is that what they are on the football field?
Yeah, coming from the sideline, you can hear some of the things they like to say. Somewhere is better than others, but you know, it just like that was real loud at the beginning of the game, but then we got like on into the second half, and you know, it got pretty quiet. So you know. That's how you shut people up, like just beating them like that. So.
Yeah, when you go up 2-3 touchdowns, they stop doing the chirping. That's for sure,
ain't too much chirping going on.
You know, and Elgton, how important was it for you guys to really give, Jordan confidence? I'm not saying it was a shaky start, but a couple things didn't go exactly your way on that first drive. But to go downfield the way you guys did, put that touchdown on the board. Probably for his mental mindset, that had to help. But Jordan's a cool character as it is, so it doesn't seem like anything really rattles him. Am I right in that assessment?
Yeah, Jordan a very confident guy. He don't get too high, don't get too low on himself. You know, when he's doing good, he stay mellow, and when he's doing bad, he stay mellow. I feel like it helped us overall as an offense to be able to go down there first drive and score in the fashion that we did throughout the whole game. So we knew we could move the ball. We knew we can execute the game plan and things like that. So just being able to do that on the first drive, it helped us out a lot.
So I was trying to think of something before we came on the show, something that maybe the audience doesn't probably know. Is there any difference of philosophy or maybe some adjustments that you can give the audience, pass protecting or even run protecting a quarterback that is someone like A-Rod versus someone who's a little bit younger like Jordan Love? Is there anything that you keep in the back of your mind? Maybe that, you know, Jordan has a little bit more mobile legs, maybe A-Rod doesn't?
Well, obviously we know Jordan younger than A-Rod, so he more mobile.
Okay.
But like pass protection wise, you know, we gotta know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So he gotta run the offense, and we gotta run the offense as well. So him miking people, knowing who blitzing and how he want to set the protection, he still gotta know that. And I feel like since he been a starter and just seeing him grow and progress his first 3 years, he showed a lot of improvement in that. So you know, big ups to him.
Yeah. You know, I know Jarrett and I have talked about it before, but I don't ever remember a team keeping 11 offensive linemen at the end of training camp. Was that a sign of how much depth you guys have, or the decision-making process? How do we make sure we have our best 5 guys out there? Because you, Zach Tom, the versatility is there. Obviously, David Bakhtiari's status is kind of up in the air. You never know how he's getting older, and you know there's a lot of tread on those tires. But having that kind of depth, and you're kind of the young leader of that group, is that made everybody that much better? I know it's a football cliche, iron sharpens iron, but it is kind of true, isn't it?
Yeah, iron do sharpen iron, and I really just can't say like why we kept 11, but I know we got a lot of guys in our O-line room that can play some football, can play, and you know, help us win games on Sunday. So they probably did go into, you know, the decision making up front on why we kept 11 guys, but I honestly couldn't say. But I can say we do got guys that's like ready to play and eager and hungry to play football.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when I hear 11 guys on the O-line, that speaks to me that we value the O-linemen. What's one thing or motto that Matt LaFleur kind of preaches? Because when I was back in my day, Mike McCarthy used to say football games were won in the trenches. Is that the same motto, or is there a different motto that Matt LaFleur kind of preaches to you guys for you guys to stay hungry, knowing that you guys can ultimately dictate how the game goes?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Up front, on the offensive line and defensive line, that's one of the main things he tells us. You know, we got to control the line of scrimmage. You know, we got to dominate up front, and the game will go how we want it to go. And that's one of the things that the offensive line and defensive line harp on as well, just being able to, you know, control the line of scrimmage, dominate, make sure we get out of their quarterback and keep our quarterback protected. So just being able to go against those guys, Kenny, Rashawn, P, D.Y., and I could keep on naming them from our second screen and third screen. That's one of the things we did this camp. You know, we wanted to sharpen iron and help each other get better, and I feel like we did that.
Well, I can tell you Jordan Love's jersey looked pretty clean
It
at
did.
the end of the day.
Yes.
It was only dirty because he wanted to run dudes over, which was pretty cool to see.
I love that.
All right,
I love
when we
that.
come
You guys
back,
should
we'll have
fight.
more from the Cedar and Sage restaurant inside the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center. We'll go in the zone, plus our keys to the game, more with Elton Jenkins coming up after the break. Welcome back to the Cedar and Sage restaurant inside the Radisson Hotel and Conference Center for another edition of Locker Room. He's Jared Bush, former Super Bowl champ, and hopefully sooner than later you'll be wearing one of those rings. Elton Jenkins, already Pro Bowler. As far as the league goes, I know it's early. There's a lot of different things that can happen in week one, but your team now, and I don't know if it's 100% correct, if not the youngest, one of the youngest teams in the entire league. You've got all new special teams guys. I think there's only 3 guys on the whole team that are 30 years old. What, Devondre Campbell, David Bakhtiari, and Preston? That's it.
Yeah.
And there's only one, all the wide receivers are like 25 and younger.
Yeah.
Do you feel the youth movement, and is it, I'm not saying a good thing or a bad thing, is it just different?
It's definitely different, and I definitely feel the movement. Like when I came in, you know, we had a lot of older guys that been in the league 7, 8 years.
Yep.
And now we got guys that's 2, 3 years, 1 year in the league, you know, trying to prove themselves. So it's very different. It's a lot of injury around. But yeah, I can say it's very different though.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think my 2 cents, I feel like when I came in as a rookie, I had some old heads, quote unquote old heads, Al Harris, Charles, Ryan Pickett, Aaron Campman, Chad Clifton. Guys were like 12, 13 years in, you know, Pro Bowlers. I got to watch that success. I got to watch how they work, their work ethic, you know what I'm saying, played out into their success. What's something that you're looking forward to showing some of the rookies coming in?
Yeah, basically their work ethic, and then like in practice, you got to execute in practice so you can execute during the game. And I feel like just seeing them come in and count, and now you know they hungry and they hungry for success. So and it shows on the field. You know they play real fast, and if they do mess up, they're gonna go fast. And that's one of the main things we harp on. Like as long as you're going fast, you know, make a decision and don't do it half speed. You know we can live with that, but. You know, you can't coach effort, but you can coach everything else.
Well, I can tell you this, one of the new faces is in the locker room. Well, we'll go in the locker room with one of the new fellas on the team in this edition of In the Zone with Cam Izair, presented by Oneida Nation.
Here with Packers punter Daniel Whelan. Daniel, you've had a crazy story to the NFL, but also a lot of history. It's been nearly 14,000 days since an Irish-born player even kicked a football in an NFL game. Did you know about that, and how cool will it be to represent your country?
I feel like I kind of knew about it the first time I tried, but then it was just wind and the air gone pretty quickly. But then once I made the roster, then it became a big deal, I guess. But it's just like any other day, just same game. So.
You grew up playing soccer and rugby. Did you ever think football would be a final path for you?
Not at all. I want to be a pro soccer player, but kind of changed paths pretty quickly. So I'm glad I took the right one.
And why did it change?
Kind of just clicked easier, I guess, than soccer. I feel like I was pretty tall to play the position I was playing in soccer, and I was getting a little run around sometimes, but then kicking came easy, and I think I felt more comfortable trying to grow at that than soccer, so stuck with it.
Now, I've never been to Ireland, but I'm from California, and I know you moved from Ireland to California. How was that? How was that drastic change for you?
Pretty drastic. I mean, I came from Ireland to Palm Springs. It was about 130 degrees all the time, so yeah, I think I got sick for a little bit. I wasn't used to that change, but yeah, now I'm adjusted. Now I got to get adjusted to Green Bay's cold weather, so.
There's a part of your story in which you had to fold towels at a hotel and spa that your mom was working out. Tell me about that experience and how, you were at that point in your life, and now just, a couple of years later, you're here and you're on the Green Bay Packers.
I was just kind of using that as something to do while I was still punting, trying to get to the XFL. But, I enjoyed it, met some great people, great company, but I didn't really like the folding towels aspect from like 4:30 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. So, but other than that, it was a great experience.
All right, thanks, fellas. Real quick before we go to the break, Elton, biggest news around the league, Aaron Rodgers, torn Achilles tendon. I know your buddy David Bakhtiari tweeted about it, about the turf. You've had a knee injury, end your season. How do you feel about it? Should there be grass everywhere?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it should be 100% grass. I'm not very fond of the turf. One of the things with the NFLPA, that's one of the things trying to work out now, just being able to have grass in all 32 stadiums. With 12, it's a very unfortunate accident, especially with the competitor that he is. I know he had very high expectations for himself and his team this year, and just to see him go down like that, is very unfortunate.
Yeah, all right. Well, when we come back, it's time to wrap up the show. We'll have our keys to the game and talk about those Falcons coming up next week on the road. Welcome back to the locker room. Those are our best seats in the house, courtesy of Viper Industrial. Tim and Brian from Pulaski and Shawano. We had to separate them earlier. Those Hawks and Thunder fighting over there.
Classic, huh?
You can go online. You want to be our winners of our best seats in the house, Viper Industrial. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
We've got them back here. You can't really see them.
Yeah, like gamer chairs.
They're gamer chairs. They have good back support.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
Falcons coming up. Elton, I know you haven't probably watched a ton of film yet, right? Some.
A little bit.
But how do you look at this Atlanta team? They're also very young. Different situation at quarterback. You don't have to worry about those guys. But defensively, they still only gave up, 10 points to Carolina?
Yeah, they're a very good team overall from what the film that I did watch. They only played one game this year. But we just got to, run the ball, be efficient on offense, pass protect, keep Jordan upright, and let the receiver get open. Just like we say, the game won up front on the offense and defense side of the ball. So as long as we control the line of scrimmage, we control the game.
Good to go.
So,
I want to know, does Jordan Love do barbecues for y'all? Because ultimately, you guys are like his bodyguards. Does he take care of y'all?
Yeah, he take care of us with O-line dinner and things like that. He haven't barbecued yet.
Okay, if he hasn't, that's requested by Jared Bush. He's Utah State now.
Yeah.
Utah State. So
Yeah, we got to get him right.
Yeah, just throw that in there. Just plant the seed.
Yeah, he take care of us, though. He do his due diligence for sure.
Yeah. Well, you got to, him and Bakhtiari make a lot more than Jordan Love. But the quarterback, he's going to take care of his linemen. All right, time now for our keys to the game, brought to you by the Dispensary. Stop the run on defense first and foremost. They had over 100 yards rushing with their top two guys. Pressure Ritter. Young quarterbacks like to chuck up that football every now and then. And do what you did against the Bears. Limit turnovers and mistake-free football. Dumb penalties, the Bears had their share of them, that's for sure. But you guys played really sound fundamentally, right?
Yeah, we did. We had our penalties and our mess-ups, and we watched film and seen things that we can go over and correct. But I feel like we played a good game, and as well, we was aggressive, I feel like, on the offense and defense side of the ball.
Yep.
Just going fast. So that's going to be one of the key things to be able to, pull a W off in Atlanta.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Good luck down there, and have a great season the rest of the way.
Stay healthy.
For Elton Jenkins and Jared Bush, I'm Bert Griffin. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Locker Room. We will see you next week. So long, everybody.
Thank you for watching Locker Room.